I got invited to a wedding. And I've never been invited to a wedding before, except for one time when I was like 10 years old and it had to be the kid who holds the ring. And I only had one job. And I deadass dropped that ring. But we're not here to talk about that experience. We're here to talk about a new experience. One day on a bright and sunny evening, I got an invitation in the mail. I sliced that bad boy open and it said, "You're invited to this wedding, blah, blah, blah." But then I read it again and it said I was invited to a wedding shower. Now, I don't know what a wedding shower is, so I had to give it a quick Goog. But what I didn't know is apparently when someone throws a wedding, they'll throw a party a while before the wedding actually starts. I have no clue why. And this is probably only an American thing, but before the wedding, they had a wedding shower. Kind of like a baby shower before a baby gets born. And that makes sense. They do this for babies because throwing a party before the baby is born would be way easier after it's born because you have way more stuff to do for that baby, now that they're alive and breathing and all that. But throwing a wedding party before the wedding, which is just a family party, makes no sense. And the reason why it makes no sense is for the next reason. I meant to tell you, which is the exact reason I made this video. When I was staring at the bottom of this invitation, they had a website link attached to the bottom and it said registry. I don't know what a registry meant, so I also gave that a quick googly woogly search. And apparently, a registry for a wedding is a list of all items that the people who are getting married want as gifts. And I was like, cool, that makes sense. But then I decided to dig a little deeper. So I crawl over to my computer and type in the URL and it spits out a giant list of items. Now these items start off reasonably priced, but as I kept scrolling, the items got absolutely redonkulous. I can't even make this up. I'm going to show you the exact items they have on this list. Barbecue and all this crazy expensive stuff. Now you're probably wondering, who's going to buy all that stuff? But this website is specifically made for these types of lists. You can see on the website whether or not someone has bought something. So it's basically first come, first serve for the cheap gifts. And if you show up empty-handed to the party, everyone will know you're a cheap ass and didn't want to spend crazy amounts of money. But I don't care, because they're asking for crazy amounts of money. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that half these gifts make no fucking sense. Plates and kitchen utensils make complete sense. Until that's when I realized the economy's fucked up and no one can buy a house. That's probably why they're asking for gifts in the first place. Everyone in America is broke at the moment. Half the population lives by renting apartments. So I know for a fact these guys are gonna stay living with their parents or move out to an apartment. So either way, the cheap ass plates make no fucking sense because you already have plates living with your parents. Therefore, I would have to buy the barbecue grill. And if you moved into an apartment, the barbecue grill would make no sense because you have nowhere to fucking put it. So then I would have to buy the plates. What are you gonna barbecue? In your kitchen? Get a fucking microwave. I don't even want to get into the other gifts because they absolutely make no sense at all. But the main core reason why all of this is absolutely bonkers is the fact that we end up going to the party and we dodge all the awkward conversations about not getting a gift, but we come to find out that we actually didn't even get invited to the wedding. The reason why they're having a party is to invite all the B-list and C-list friends, and all the S-tier and A-tier friends get to go to the actual wedding. Now I can't even go to the wedding even if I wanted to because I was actually busy. But the fact that these people had the audacity to invite an entire group of people who they admitted that they're not even that close with, and then ask them for gifts and not even invite them to the main event is absolutely despicable. Now while I totally get that this is a strategy for people who do weddings to invite different groups, but if you're broke, this is not the way to do it. Aren't weddings supposed to signify growing up and taking responsibility in your future? So why not just not throw a wedding at all and spend the money on the honeymoon? I mean, you're already being selfish, why not take it a step further? I'm gonna do everyone watching a little favor. If you ever find yourself in this situation, I have crafted perfect excuses from my time as a wedding veteran, which is basically just this one wedding from last month. These excuses may be used as a way to dodge all responsibilities from attending a wedding. Personally, my favorite excuse to get out of weddings is good old mom died. Hey man, sorry I couldn't make it to the wedding. My mom died. Oh, it's okay, bro. It got pushed back. So now it's happening tomorrow. Bro, that's awesome, except for one tiny itsy bitsy little thing. My mom actually died tomorrow. Bro, how is it even possible? I have two moms. Comment what excuses you would use and subscribe or else I'll abolish photosynthesis.